Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Ryan with Gamertag Dad, and today we are cosplaying as Darth Maul. We are starting off with a no-hit boss fight, moving on to some other boss fights, then into some PvP. If you like Elden Ring content, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and leave a like. If there is a build you particularly like to see, then go ahead and drop a comment down below and I'll go ahead and I'll do it. Moving into the incantations that we use Flame Grant Me Strength, which boosts our physical damage by 10%, our fire damage, and increases our stamina recovery by 11.1%. We also use Golden Vow for an additional 15% damage boost, and it increases our damage negation by 10%. The weapon we are using is Eleanor's Poleblade. This works perfectly, emulating Darth Maul's signature double red lightsaber. We use its embedded Ash of War Bloodblade dance. This shows off how agile Darth Maul really is when it comes to the fighting side, and the weapon itself embodies him perfectly. I did work very hard on getting the face right and watched and read a lot of guides to nail it. However, I ended up wearing a mask or a hood literally the entire time, so you don't really get to see it. The PvP aspect of this was really good, which is very, very unexpected. If you can land your Ash of War, you will literally wreck them, one-shot them, destroy them, they will vaporize. This is technically a bleed-based build. The damage output is insane, and I have left a full fight of PvP in there. It had everything from me doing a lot of damage to me getting one shot essentially for being an idiot. We do use Flaming Scorpion Charm, Millicent's Prothesis, the Rotten Winged Insignia, and Lord Blood's Exultation. You could use the White Mask to further boost your blood damage or your bleed damage. However, it doesn't really fit the cosplay here. Moving on to some really easy boss fights, I just wanted to show how broken, well, this is a bleed based build, isn't it? All bleed based builds are basically broken in this game. However, I wanted to show off how well it fits Darth Maul really, because he's such an agile fighter. He's very nimble, even though it's technically pretty much the same thing. But the move sets that we use as well, whether it's a standard attack, it looks great. If it's a heavy attack, it looks great. If we're riding Torrent and trying to attack and even charging the attack up, it still looks pretty great. And you can actually imagine him doing that, whether it's in the shows or the films or wherever you really see him pop up. Now we are moving into the PvP side of this, and I left the whole fight of this in. I do have a lot of other clips from various other fights that were very good. However, this guy deserves a special mention because he let me buff. He was respectful and didn't just start to let you buff, then bonk you on the head just to get that little bit of extra damage in, which is really frustrating when they start to do that. And you've probably all seen that a fair few times. But this fight had everything. It had me having my ass kicked just to show you how vulnerable this build could be, and shows me doing a lot of damage. I land the Ash of War, vaporize him, and what's brilliant about this is that the pole arm technically has a huge range on it. So if they're getting all up in your business, and it's also a quick hitting weapon, you're going to be up all in their business pretty quickly. I did a few anime jumping over boulder throws and whatnot here with the Ash of War. Completely not intentional, but it looked cool. If you have made it this far and enjoying the content, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like on the video, and like I said before, there is a build you want to see, an anime build, a cosplay build, a bleed build, like whatever build, leave it down below. If there's anything specific or any restrictions to it, leave it down there as well, and we'll go ahead and we'll make it. We did just do a guts based build. Never done one before. I do like colossal weapons, and it was a suggestion that I should give it a crack, and we gave it a crack, put it up, and I really enjoyed it. You also seem to enjoy it, which was great, and it was nice to see. So going back into the PvP side of this, we have explained that we have certain talismans on in this. Now, I personally probably would swap over to the Dragon Crest Great Shield because it's a personal favourite of mine. It gives a huge damage negation boost, plus probably dropping off the Flaming Scorpion Charm, as we're not really getting a huge benefit from this. You know, we do the damage, but it's not really giving us a huge benefit from there. And we could probably go ahead and drop off probably the Rotten Winged Insignia and throw on something else. Depends if you want more health, more stamina, more damage reduction, more damage. There's a lot with this build you can go ahead and change because the core fundamentals never change. His weapon never changes, the Ash of War never changes, and the cosplay side of it, the armor we're wearing, doesn't really change. And the fighting stance, again, doesn't change. So you can tweak all of these little bits, and you can also tweak your flask. I probably would use the Stone Barbed Cracked Tear instead of the Flame Shrouding Cracked Tear that I actually have in this. You could also use the Thorny Crack tier as well to boost your successful attacks, especially on the PvP side of this. Would make the build fractionally a bit better, in my opinion. You go ahead and see there I landed the Ash of War, and it's brilliant. It wrecks. Yes, it is a bleed based build, but I can imagine Darth Maul doing this in the films, if I'm perfectly honest with this. If you do enjoy the PvP as well, then just leave a thumbs up, because I'm toying with the idea of leaving PvP in or taking it out. I'm hoping you will enjoy it because I love doing the PvP, but if you wanted to see separate PvP videos instead of the build videos for them, then just drop it down below, and I can always make them separately as well. It's not a big problem. Now, if I'm sounding a bit bunged up and a bit tired, I am. I've not really slept in the last 3 days. The little one is refusing sleep. I've had a cold and an ear infection at the same time. So please just ignore me if I do sound a bit bunged up. I feel like I've nailed the settings on the microphone finally. We have got there. But especially in the guts video, I rewatched the audio and I sounded like I was dying. So bunged up. But that's the reason why. So if you do hear any heavy breathing as well, talking is almost killing me, but the cold is almost gone. The ear infection is almost gone. And fingers crossed, she sleeps all night tonight. She is teething, and any of you parents out there that have had a teething child, teething baby, or just when a kid's in pain, they don't tend to sleep. And I think we've been up 5 or 6 hours each night trying to get her to sleep. She's just refusing sleep. We've all been there. It sucks. However, it happens. Now we are moving on to the build itself. All the stats will be up on the screen. The cosplay will be up on the screen. What's great about this cosplay is you can actually tweak it a little bit. You could use the bandit's armor as well. If you didn't really like having a cloak, you could take the hood off if you didn't want the hood, or you can change the hood as well. You could use the bandit mask as well for a little bit more mysterious side to this build. But moving on, we have Eleanor's Poleblade. We have any seal you really want here. And you can see here, this is the kind of the armor set we went for. We had the Fire Scorpion Charm, Rotten Winged Insignia, Millicent's Prothesis, and Lord Blood's Exultation. In our Flask, we have the Flaming Shroud Crack tier and the Faith Not Crystal tier. The Faith Not Crystal tier for me is just default slot. I use it in all my builds, just because the Faith, I don't want to boost it up. I'd rather use the points elsewhere. All the stats are on the right there, and actually I will leave everything in the description down below. All our incantations, our flask, our armor setup, our weapon, and the stats themselves. But if you have all enjoyed that, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and comment down below, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye.